Alrighty, what we have here are some chicken breasts. You might call them chicken tenders, and we've rinsed them off with some water, but before we put lemon juice on them to get rid of any bacteria, we're going to remove all of the fat and gristle that are sticking on here. So I will get to work on that, and I'll be back in just a moment. Alright, our chicken is ready. We've taken all of the fat and all of the gristle out of it. We've rinsed it with a little bit of lemon juice to kill any bacteria. So we're going to be using that in just a minute. But first of all, we have to come up with our egg wash. And we're going to use 1 egg. We will also use a little bit, just a couple of dashes of my favorite Worcestershire sauce. Where's your sister sauce? What's this here sauce? Say it with me. Lee and Perrins. Okay. So we'll put just a couple of dashes of that in there. And then we need a little bit of milk. Probably about, maybe a half a cup. And we'll just whip this all up into a frenzy. And that will be ready in just a moment to dip the chicken in, and then we're going to put it into our dry mixture. And that involves 2 or 3 little items. First of all, I'm going to use about a half a cup of flour. And I will measure this. You don't have to. You just need to come up with enough of this mixture to coat all of this chicken. So we're going to start out with a half a cup of flour. And then we're going to use about 1/4 of a cup of cornmeal. Let me get another measuring device here. About 1/4 of a cup of cornmeal. And then we will also use about 1/4 of a cup of just plain panko breadcrumbs. Maybe a generous 1/4 of a cup. Okay? Now we just mix that up so that they all get to know each other in there. And in case you're wondering, this is the final destination of the chicken. We start here, we go here, we go here, we go here. Alright, now we need some salt and pepper. And we can either put that in the egg mixture or we can put it in the dry mixture. Personally, I think the dry mixture would be a better option. And you can be fairly generous with this. I would say probably maybe 1/4 to 1/2 teaspoon. And then on the sea salt, maybe 1/2 teaspoon on that. And then we can always salt and pepper the chicken after we're done. So, we've got everything lined up here, ready to go. Okay, before we start dredging the chicken, we need to spray the cooking pan with a little bit of olive oil so that it doesn't stick. We don't need too much, just a nice coating on the surface, and that should be perfect. Okay, so we've got our chicken ready to go here. I'm going to put one in here. I'm going to grab another one. And what you want to do is remember that you need to have a wet hand and a dry hand. Otherwise you end up with everything all gummed up and it gets kind of messy. So we just turn this around here and make sure it's got a good coating on it. And then at that point, we place it in the baking dish. Okay. And then we just continue. So I'll keep doing this, and I'll be back in a minute when they're all finished. Alrighty, we have our chicken tenders all breaded and ready to go. I am going to do a couple of things before I put them in the oven. A little bit more black pepper, and we do have our oven heating up to 375, and we're going to put these in for about a half hour or so. Maybe check it in 20 minutes. And we're going to add a little bit more sea salt. And if you'd like, you can add a little bit of parsley flakes just to make it pretty. So there you go. Our oven is ready. I'm going to put this into the oven for about 20 minutes or so, and then I'll check it and then take it out, turn it over, put it back in for another 15 minutes or so. So stay right there. We're going to be done in just a bit. The chicken is in the oven, and while it is cooking, we're going to work on another dish here. This is just a can of sliced white potatoes. I think they were like, I don't know, 49 cents, 69 cents, something like that. I drained the water out of them, and we're going to put in a little bit of butter. So that they will be all buttery. Whoop, sorry about that. Okay, a little bit of butter. We're going to add a little bit of pepper. A little bit of sea salt. A little bit of parsley flakes so that they will match the chicken, so to speak, and a little bit of Parmesan cheese. Not a great deal, just enough. Now all we have to do is put these in the microwave just before the chicken comes out, and they'll be ready to go. So, hang on, the chicken's going to be coming out in just a bit. I did the old do the scene and forget to hit the record button. So you missed the giant explosion that always happens when you open a can of biscuits. But anyway, I wanted you to see the biscuits here before I put them in the oven. These are the flaky Texas style biscuits, and I'm going to put those in about 30 seconds because we've got 10 minutes left on the timer, and that's about how long it takes. So we're just about done. We'll be winding this up in just a minute, so stay right there. And there we have it. Chicken tenders, oven fried, sliced white potatoes, and a couple of biscuits. So I know Don over at Trees of Blowing, I know this is not in your diet, and Bill Gowdy probably not in yours either, but I'll think about you while I eat it. So I'm going to take it over the table and give it a taste, and we'll see what we think. So I'll meet you at the table. Oh shit. Well, I had to start without you. I didn't mean to. I actually had the camera rolling, and I had you guys right there with me when I started. And when I got finished, I looked up and my Canon 70D had a message saying movie recording was stopped automatically. I think it's my SD card. So I'm going to have to go back and tell you everything that I told you a while ago when I thought you were with me. The chicken is excellent. It tastes just like fried chicken, except it doesn't have all the grease and oil. Don't mind me, and this is just so good I'm going to keep eating. The biscuits are perfect, with a lot of butter, just like I like them. Potatoes are great. Everything is good. You can add some barbecue sauce if you want to your chicken, or some honey. But it's actually pretty good by itself. Doesn't need any seasoning. We put just the right amount in. So, I don't know what you guys are going to do, but I'm guessing you can tell what I'm going to do. I'm going to keep eating this until it's all gone. And I appreciate you watching. I appreciate you subscribing. I appreciate you liking. I appreciate you sharing. So until I speak with you again, even after that, you stay focused.